Hello everybody. Welcome. Today I just have a quick announcement to make. I've launched a new course on software supply chain security and risk, which is, if you've been following the news, you have things about Devon and other AI-based software engineers coming on, right? So this is good timing for me at least. So I've made this course to just teach people about, the software supply chain, things like SolarWinds, code cov, other sort of attacks. So basically, this course covers everything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a free preview of my Udemy course here in this video, which you can watch after this. And I'll also put a voucher, which gives you like a massive discount. I can't put the free vouchers anymore because apparently we have these automated bots that go in and take up all the vouchers and then it gets flagged as some sort of bot or something like that. I have no idea. Apologies for that. But do check this course out if you're interested in the software supply chain security, how to secure it, how to secure an environment. I think this is a very important topic and it's becoming more and more important. And it's a big blind spot for most companies. They secure their code, they secure the environment, they have no idea about the libraries and the other vendor accesses and the other, what do you call, third party dependencies that are present within the environment. So if you're interested, do check this course out and let me know how you find it. Just after this, we'll just have a brief preview. You can take a look at what this whole course is about. Thank you. Hello everybody. Welcome to my new course, which is the Software Supply Chain Security and Risk Masterclass. My name is Taimurish Lal, and I'm going to be an instructor for the duration of this course, which is, of course, about software supply chain security. Now, the purpose of this course is very, very simple. I want to explain to you the fundamentals of software supply chain security, from the fundamentals to the advanced level, and you're going to get a very comprehensive understanding of the software supply chain. What are its components? What are the stakeholders? And the various types of risks and security issues that can compromise your software integrity and security. So you're going to understand all the risks that are there, and I'll give you the knowledge that you require to implement a proper supply chain security program. And very, very important. I said a security program. I did not say a security product because that is unfortunately a lot of times where people get confused. They think that software supply chain security is about implementing a software or getting a certification, and that cannot be like further from the truth. Supply chain security is a complete, like you can say, a niche within cybersecurity, which you need to understand its different risks and how to mitigate them. And we're going to look at a few case studies also within the industry, how they happened, and how you can use, like, understand them to further protect yourself from like becoming like a falling prey to the same issues that are there. Now, who am I? My name is Taimur Ijlal, and I'm a multi-award winning cybersecurity professional leader. I've written, okay, I'll call myself a leader, but I've been in the industry for around 21 plus years within cybersecurity. I've been a speaker, instructor. I'm also a career coach. I help people get into cybersecurity. I have a YouTube channel called The Cloud Security Guy, on which I talk about cloud security and AI. I'm also a best-selling author and a course creator, like I've mentioned. So just to give you that assurance that I do know a little bit about what I'm talking about, these are a few of my books which I've written on AI governance and cybersecurity. I have many courses on this platform on that topic. I also have written books on zero trust and CompTIA, cybersecurity certifications, a lot of other topics also. I'm there on Substack. I have a free newsletter there. I'm also there on LinkedIn, Cloud Security, like my YouTube channel is called The Cloud Security Guy. And I'm there on Twitter. So feel free to reach out to me there. Always happy to hear from people who've taken my courses. Now, let's take a step forward, like backward, sorry, and let's talk about the supply chain. When we talk about the supply chain, now you might not be aware, but supply chain are critical to our lives. And what is a supply chain? It is a network of individuals and companies who are involved in creating a product and delivering it to the customer, right? And when you purchase something, like from the internet or a product, and most people are not aware, usually it's a very long journey from the original idea to the moment of delivery. And there are a lot of like people involved, from the warehouse to the company to the transport, until you get it right. And there are many what do you call, stakeholders involved there. And what you don't realize is there are many opportunities also exist for something to happen as the product moved along this path, the goods which are moving along, right? All of these are issues. Security, like issues are present at any point of the supply chain. And most people are not aware, but supply chain security has been part of our existence for thousands and thousands of years, such as when spices were carried from east to west, or when ships were moving goods between continents, right? Or when military troops are transporting food and weapons during wars. All of the situations, people are prepared for attacks and they defend their supplies so the item could make it to the intended destination. And the same applies for software also. So imagine building a car, right? You wouldn't manufacture the parts from scratch, right? Instead, you'd get the various components, the tires, the engine, the electronics from various different suppliers in a factory and then assemble it. And this is the same way, the same principle applies to software also. And this is where the software supply chain comes in. It refers to the sequence of processes involved in the development, deployment, and maintenance of software applications. Basically, everything that is needed to create a software from source code deployment to production, right? In today's environments, it is very, very rare for companies to create software completely from scratch. Instead, what they do is they rely on a range of building blocks, such as open source libraries, developer tools, cloud-based deployments, and each of these components is part of a long supply chain from IT infrastructure, source code, right? And the software supply chain, it refers to the sequence of processes that are involved in getting you the software. So this can be the source code, the third party libraries which are involved, the build and packaging systems, the distribution channels, the deployment infrastructures, all of them, they come about here. And so this is how it looks like from the various levels, right? Like developers will rely on, when they write the code, they will rely on numerous external components when developing software. This can be an open source library, a third party API, or a cloud service. They use it within their environment, right? And then they send it to a build system, which creates like a software artifact. It goes to a repository and then it gets deployed. Don't worry if you're not familiar with these terms. We're going to dive deep into each of this. But so, software, I'm just trying to make you understand that software usually is developed by multiple individuals that might be part of multiple different organizations. And over time, thousands of people may have contributed to a particular software. So, you need to make sure that you understand where the security issues might come in, right? And this is where software supply chain security comes in. This is making sure the integrity, security, and reliability of the components and the processes that are involved in the development, distribution, and maintenance of software. You want to make sure that your software is not being tampered with or compromised at any point of the life cycle. And the supply chain, it does not just we're not talking about just the code, but also the third party libraries, tools, and services. It depends on the infrastructure. So software supply chain security encompasses all everything. I'm not Software supply chain security is not a certification you get. It is not a product you buy. It encompasses all these processes. Okay. And why is it so important? Well, simply put, this can be a massive blind spot, right? Most companies, what they do is they focus on securing their own environments, their own code. They do trainings and they make sure that everything is secure. And they completely forgot about the third party libraries, the third party components that are there. And attackers are not stupid. They are also aware of this. Why would they want to attack head on when they know that the company is securing itself, when they can just sneak in through a third party component, through a third party library, through some other sort of like backdoor which the company is not aware of? And unfortunately, like I said, there is a lack of awareness and controls around this. Most companies think they'll buy a product and their supply chain is secure, or they'll make a checklist, check their vendor, and now we are secure, or they'll enforce MFA. All of these things are important, by the way. I'm not saying those things are not important, but software supply chain security is much, much more than that. And there is a general lack of awareness, which is why I've made this course here. And why should care? I mean, I cannot stress this enough. When like a few years back SolarWinds was compromised, right? It raised awareness about software supply chain security, and I'm going to talk about in detail about SolarWinds. But in summary, it began in October 2019 and remained undetected until December 2020. And by then, 18,000 customers had been placed at risk. Okay, Microsoft confirming so many companies had been breached, including even US governments, right? And SolarWinds, they had to settle for, I believe, a $26 million lawsuit with its investors due to all the financial losses that came about. And this did not include the millions spent by SolarWinds and its customers on incident response, threat investigations, downtime, remediations, the loss of revenue. So you can understand just how powerful this attack was. And similarly, Log4j, if you're familiar, if you were anywhere in December 2021 in cybersecurity, I'm sure you know how many people's holidays got compromised because of this popular library. It got compromised, and it was present in millions and millions of environments, and all of them had to do a risk assessment to make sure they were not vulnerable. So the software supply chain security is no joke. It can lead to devastating cyber attacks if you're not securing it properly. So who is this course for? This is for, of course, cybersecurity professionals who want to gain a proper understanding of it. I've used all my knowledge that I have on software supply chain security and put it in this course. It's also for developers who want to understand the wider context of how the code, the security of it. Risk professionals, if you want to refine your risk knowledge and include software supply chain risks also. And of course, security leaders like CIOs, CTOs, chief information security officers, anybody who is interested in understanding about software supply chain security, happy to have you on this course. And how to use this course, please, you have to understand and implement the strategies that I'm going to be outlining and gap your software supply chain against these practices. Do not just take this course and then forget about it. Please apply the knowledge that which I'm talking about. Knowledge that you're not applied, you're going to forget about it. And then create a proper software supply chain security program. That's going to be your project for this course. I want you to lead the use the concepts that I teach you and apply it within your company and do a gap. So that is what we're covering about. Now, software, we're about to start now. Remember, software is everywhere. Trillions of lines of source code are present everywhere, and a single software vulnerability can stop entire companies from doing business and cause billions of dollars of damage, right? Now more than ever, you need to understand software supply chain security. So I hope this gave you a good understanding and it motivated you to really learn about this topic. Let's start. I hope you are as excited as I am, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you very much.